What up, world? How y'all doing? I'm Mystic Mike, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about accountability. Being able to take accountability for your life is very transformational, is very empowering, but is also very hard to do. As I look around, as I see the climate of people around me, and it seems like a lot of people are blaming or pointing fingers are, just not taking accountability for where they're at. And this might trigger some of you. This might make you angry or upset at me for even pointing this out, but it really does come down to taking accountability for your life. When you realize that you're the only reason why you are where you're at, it could be very hard. It could be very hard to accept that, but once you're able to accept that, you're able to transform. And I talk about this because I had to take accountability for my life. I used to not enjoy my life. I used to be miserable. I used to be depressed. I hit rock bottom and I was on the ledge, with these depression and this suicidal thoughts and these uncertainties and this stuckness and this just, lost. I was just lost. And when I got to this point, I never really took accountability for my life. I always made the circumstances of my past dictate who I was. I let the trauma I experienced when I was younger or the circumstances I was subjugated to when I was younger dictate who I was. I let these outside sources dictate who I was. And I used to blame these things. I used to blame the people who hurt me. I used to blame the circumstances. And I used to blame all these people. And blaming people doesn't get you anywhere. It's not going to change your life, blaming somebody. If anything, it's going to lead you further and further and further away from yourself until you get to where I was, which is the ledge, I had to step down from the ledge. When I ultimately got there, it was either, like jump off the ledge or step down from the ledge. And the only way I could step down from the ledge was to really start to take accountability for my life. Realize that this isn't where I want to be. This isn't who I want to be. And then I started to change my life through this realization. And some of you, not all of you, some of you are aware of this. Some of you are like, yeah, we got to take accountability, Mike. We understand. And some of you don't agree with what I'm saying because it's hard to take accountability. It's hard to take responsibility for where you're at. But it is the only way you are going to change the circumstances of your life. That is the first step, is really doing that to really change your life. And I know this because I've gone through it. I'm sharing my experience. When I started taking accountability like that, everything started to change. I was in control again. I wasn't subjugated to somebody else's control. And I was able to shift not just my energy, but shift the path that I wanted to walk, shift the direction that I wanted to travel. And, it's all about accountability. It really is. And know that as soon as you start making these steps and taking accountability, not just for what happened in your life, where you're at in life, accepting this fact, and then choosing to take accountability for your future, you will see real change once all these steps are taken. You really will. I know you will because I'm here and I'm in a better space and I'm filling my glass. And if you feel like your glass is empty and you're full and you're drained all the time and you're spreading yourself too thin, it's because you are refusing to accept this fact about yourself. And yes, there's other dynamics, there's other things that come in line with this, all these projections that are put on us, all these expectations we put on ourselves to be a certain person because that's what our mom wants us to be or that's what our friends want us to be. It's all about breaking away from that noise and really thinking about where you want to go. Where do you want to go? If you're not happy with your circumstances, if you're not fulfilled where you're at in life, it's all about determining where you need to go next. Where do you want to go next? And then you have to take accountability for that. You have to know that I am the only person that can get me there. And I am the only person that's going to stop me from getting there. And if you're able to think like that, if you're able to have that perspective, that mindset, you will change your life for the better. But yet, if you are still complaining, if you're still making excuses for your life, for your circumstances, you're still blaming other people, other situations for where you're at in life, you're going to stay stuck there. You are going to stay stuck there until you get to the level that I was at, the ultimate of lows. And then you'll have to choose from that experience whether to really finally step into yourself or be destroyed, be destroyed by all this weight on your shoulders. You have to release all that, and you have to get your energy back. You have to reclaim who you are, where you want to be. And this is something I had to do. I had to know that where I was when I first accepted accountability, I did not like who I was. I did not like where I was. I didn't like who I was hanging out with, and not all of the people I was hanging out with, but I was running around in bad situations with bad individuals, not really caring about me or my well-being, and vice versa, because I emitted that energy out as well. But when I first started taking accountability, I realized this. I realized that I didn't want to be who I was. The person I was, I did not like. And then the next step was, if I don't like who I am, then what am I going to do about it? And the only answer was to change who I was, to change who I want to be. And I started to take the baby steps into doing that. I started taking action into reclaiming my power, reclaiming my happiness. And I just wanted to come on here and spread this message because I feel like this is a huge thing that a lot of people are having difficulties with. I see it all the time. I see people always blaming other people for circumstances, always making excuses for where they're at. And that doesn't bring real change. That's not how you're going to change your life. And that's especially not as a collective how we are going to change and enrich our lives as a collective either. And once we all start to take accountability for our lives and the directions and where we want to go and where we want to be and the energy we want to give out, we could change it. Because you might like doing that stuff. You might like not always bringing the best vibe or the best energy. But for me, that's not who I am. That's not what resonated with me. Who I am now is really who I was always meant to be, but I wasn't always in this energy because of projections, because of circumstances. And I just want to say one more thing before I hop off. You are not defined by your past. Do not let your past define who you are today, because that's what I used to do. And it led me literally to the edge, to rock bottom, to the worst place you could possibly be, the lowest of lows. But when I realized that I am not defined by my past and that my past is not there to define me, it's there to redefine me, to make me better, to make me appreciate, to have a lesson to how I should carry myself moving forward, everything switched, everything changed. I was able to better my life, enrich my life with more positivity, more happier thoughts. And the best thing that came from that is that I stopped blaming people. I stopped giving my power away to all these individuals that had no, real power over my life. And that was very liberating and transformational. And I hope that some of you understand what I'm saying. And even if you are in a state right now where you're blaming people and blaming circumstances and making excuses, I hope that this inspires you to take those steps into taking accountability for your life. redefining yourself to be who you want to be, and making it your responsibility to do that, because it's not anyone else's responsibility, for being where you want to be, for achieving what you want to do, for knowing what success looks like for you. That's all something you got to figure out. But first, the first step is taking accountability. All right, y'all. It's been good. I love you all. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.